Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for a beautiful, not too warm, not too hot, but it's a pretty good Saturday afternoon, September the 20th, 2025. Thank you all for watching right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below, on this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on the video if you like, but don't leave stupid comments. You're gonna get sent to the Shadow Realm, and Satan and Ozzy will burn your soul and then eat it. Of course, that's what they do. They'll eat your soul. So don't do it. Do it on your day channel if you're gonna do that shit. And that's that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell to turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because you miss anything, you need to get slapped in the face violently a few times. Or maybe hit with an F5 or a guilty cutter. Bang. And, because you are SOL, you know what that means. If you miss any of my videos, you're pretty much fucked. And that's it. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment on the video, and all that other good shit. And if you're here for the very first time, ladies and gentlemen, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. You like it? Great. You don't? Get out of here. And pretty much go fuck yourself. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly, it's Saturday. It's the weekend, the final weekend of summer. Summer will be over tomorrow, because fall will begin on Monday afternoon around 2:20, 1:20 after 2 here in the Northeast, or whatever time you're at. But fall will begin on Monday. It feels like fall today, 72 degrees as of right now. Gonna get a little warmer by next week, but, you know, got a little bit of rain coming on Tuesday, which sucks, but, can't be like California, where it's almost every day is freaking, sunny. Well, it depends on, if you live in Northern California, you get some rain. Southern California, not so much. In Central California, not that much, but, every once in a while, it'll rain down in LA and San Diego. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much it. But wherever you may be, I hope you're having a great day. Lots of wrestling today. We got AEW All Out Toronto coming up in, at the top of the hour. Pre-show is on, actually, right now, but not that I'm caring for it, but we got that. Then the main show at 3 o'clock. And then at 7 p.m. on ESPN, the app, not ESPN, but if you have the app, fire it up, because we got Paloooza coming your way at 7 p.m. tonight on the ESPN app. And if you don't have it, get it. And if you don't have ESPN on your local cable provider, there are ways to watch the show. And that's that. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch AEW Out Toronto. So, best of both worlds. Get the apps and pay your money. That's shit. Well, for me, I don't have to pay for All Out because I get Amazon Prime for free, so I don't give a shit. And I get the ESPN, I'm going to watch Paloooza for free because I have ESPN, the app, on my PS5, and I have ESPN on the Rich Man's Cable, so I don't have to worry about paying $30 a fucking month, so. I'm gifted, thank you. But it is what it is. But before we get to all that, ladies and gentlemen, on your beautiful Saturday, as we're closing out the month of September, we got 10 days left, got about a little over a week and a half. So we start the month of October, the witching month, and we all know Halloween's coming up in under just about a month from now. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly, want to get these two videos out of the way, because Paloooza is coming up later, and I may not have time, because I'll be watching All Out. But right now, it is time for your WWE Smackdown Darts. You understand? Darts. From last night, September 19th, 2025. That too. And we are emanating from the Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio, which is for losers. If you live in Ohio, you suck. I know there's one person that lives in Ohio. She just moved there, so she doesn't suck, but, you know. Big ups to Minnie. So, not Minnie Mouse. Minnie, she's a YouTuber that knows Issa pretty well, so. Another female YouTuber that does pretty good work. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice like Mr. Danhausen, but she's very nice. But, you know, we get that. Hope everything's going well for you, Minnie, in Ohio. I know she just moved there. So, you know, new place, new surroundings, new experiences and shit when you move to a different state. Even though it's like 3,000 miles away, but it's fine. But hopefully you have a great experience in Ohio and good stuff on YouTube and much more success. That's all I gotta say about that. Moving on. Alright, so Michael Cole and Corey Slave on commentary, as always, on your Friday nights for the foreseeable future. Alright, this is the official go-home show before tonight's Paloooza event on ESPN, and they heavily were advertising this. It was insane. It felt like the WWE app all over again for that low price of $9.99. Remember when that shit came out every fucking week? $9.99, $9.99. Buy that app! Like, shut up about the fucking app already. Now they're gonna be doing the same thing tonight on Raw this week and Smackdown and NXT. Buy the app! Buy the ESPN app! How about no? If you already I already have it, so why would I even buy it? Shit. Moving on. Alright, so we start the show with Michael Cole. Welcome to the show. And, he's summoned to the back because there was supposed to be a sit-down interview with Brock Lesnar. So, Cole's like, we're supposed to get it later, but then Cole's like, oh, I gotta go now. I gotta go now. Everything that he said now was happening then. You missed it. I messed that up, but whatever. But anyway, Cole goes to the back, and then Wheatley, so good it brings out Beastie. So Beastie comes out, and Cole's about to shit his pants. So Beastie comes out to the ring instead of, you know, sitting down in the back somewhere in some office or something like that. So he comes out, Cole looks like he's about to shit his pants, and Beastie picks up Cole, parades around the ring, and he drops him in the ring, and then he, like, stalks him, and he steps on his ankle. Ow. And then he, like, takes his time, like, you son of a bitch. And then Corey Graves, of all people, comes in and is like, hey, no, we're having a peaceful interview here. And Liz was like, well, fuck you, Corey Graves. Picks him up. Boom! F5! Corey Graves took his first bump in how long? Long time. And it's probably going to be written off TV because Carmella's having their second kid. Together they have, like, lots of kids. Not together, I mean, their second kid together, but, you know, in their past relationships they have, you know, so many kids. But anyway, so that's why Corey Graves probably won't not be on the broadcast tonight. I don't know who's going to do the broadcast with Michael Cole tonight. Might be Wade Barrett, but which we haven't seen him because he's on vacation. But we'll see what happens to that. So, Beastie lays out Corey Graves not once, but twice. And then he gets in the camera. Oh, I gotta kill you, John Cena! Ah! I was like, damn, Beastie, calm down, dude. He's like, I'm out for blood! You want blood! I'm like, Beastie, are you trying to audition for Rockstar 2? Shit. Remember Rockstar, that great movie that it was with Mark Wahlberg? Steel Dragon! You know. That's a very underrated movie. People hate it. I don't know why. I mean, it's basically the Tim Ripper Owens movie, if you follow along. Some of you didn't. What is this movie about? About Chris Cole, who's a different guy than Tim Ripper Owens. But it has the same effect, because Tim Ripper Owens filled in for Rob Halford, who got fired, even though he left the band to do his solo work with 2, that obscure band 2, and then he did the Halford solo stuff, which was epic, by the way. And then we all know Tim Ripper Owens did Jugulator and I think Demonizer, or the follow-up to that, which didn't get great success, but but it is what it is. And then the whole thing where Priest was like, you know what? We need Rob Halford back. You're not doing so good at Tim Ripper Owens. We love you, but get out. The same effect that the movie Rockstar talks about. The same thing. But still, a very underrated movie. And even though it had Jennifer Aniston in it, looked great. But still. It is what it is. Zach Wilde was in that movie, too. That great man, Zach Wilde. The crazy fuck he is. Oh, God. And I'm going to see him in 2 months. With his Black Sabbath tribute band, Zach Sabbath. And I come into my neck of the woods. Right before Thanksgiving. Gonna be good shit. We move on. Alright, so Beastie kills Corey Graves. We go to break. Graves is getting pretty much stretchered out. So that doctor last night, he had a lot of patience. Double pay. But I digress. Alright, so then we see Beastie in the back going to leave, supposedly. Well, he's going to leave. He runs into the vision of B&B security, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker, almost saw a ghost. Ugh. And then he sees, my name is Paul Heyman, the Orca, he looks like one. They have a little mini reunion, and Paul's like, hey. And then Beast is like, hey, we gotta talk. Pats him on the back, and Heyman's like, yeah, okay. And people on Twitter were like, did Brock just join the Vision? What? Maybe. I doubt it, but you think Seth Rollins would want to be next to Beastie even though he beat him at WrestleMania? I don't know. I don't know about that. Because he is the Beast Slayer among his 6,000 names he goes by. I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I'm Seth freaking Rollins. Alright, got that. Alright, so Beastie goes to leave right as Nick Aldis comes in and says, this is not the time for you guys to be here. I have so much going on with the contract signing between Cody and Drew. But Paul Heyman says, I'm here to broker a peace treaty with the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. So, Nicholas Aldis says, I know that you know that the Usos are in Indianapolis already to promote the ESPN app and the pay-per-view. So Heyman says, yeah, I kind of knew that too, but I'm just going to be here to enjoy the show. Right. Right, Paul. You're just capping, as always. What it is, what it is. We get that. Basically, he was kissing up to Nick Aldis. Kissy kissy. Kissy kissy, that British ass. Arse, sorry. We get that. Alright, Michael Cole's back on commentary and kind of pissed. I was like, damn, dude, I thought he was legit gonna quit. He's like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm like, quit? I'll take your job. Come on, Hunter. Come on. I'm waiting by the phone. My phone's right here, dude. Right here. Put my phone on. You see it. That's fine. Whatever. Right there. All you have to do is hit me up on Twitter. Or call me, But it is what it is. But in any case, I'm ready. So, me and Joe Cronin are all ready to go. Just call us. I don't think you're too scared to, though. But it is what it is. We move on. Alright, then The Miz joins commentary later on. He did pretty decent. I'm not saying he did a bad job. I was waiting for Byron Saxton to come out. The bore is half to death. Somebody said that Joe Tessitore is in Indianapolis. Well, obviously for college football reasons, probably. But he's not there. He wasn't. I doubt he's there. But if he is, it's for college football purposes, then he has to go back to Monday Night Raw on Monday from wherever that's going to be. Yeah, but we move on. Alright, then we get to our first match of the night for the women's tag team titles. We have the champs Charlotte Flair, woo, and Miss Bliss. Alexa Bliss, they take on the Secret Service of Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. Alright, this match was pretty quick, like 8 minutes almost. I did read something that the Secret Service is getting a new member. Well, we didn't see Piper last night. I don't know if she's injured or what's going on with Piper Nevin. So they're talking about. I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute. Did they just kick out? They didn't kick out Piper Nevin or release her. I didn't hear anything about that. So I'm thinking if they do get a new member, it's probably gonna be Ethan Page because it fits the story. Because Chelsea and Ethan been hanging around NXT a little bit. They had that match with Tavion Heights and Tyra May Steele on NXT at Heatwave and everything. So I don't know. But it fits. But if they get another female member, a lot of people are saying Ariana Grace, Santina's hot daughter, or maybe Corinne Petrovic from Evolve / NXT. She's mostly on Evolve now, which sucks for her, but it fits because she's, well, I don't think she's actually Russian, but she plays a Russian, samurai, whatever you want to call it. She has that sword. Looks good too, but I digress. Moving on. Alright, match was It was And that's it. Anyway, they beat up on Alexa for a little bit, and Charlotte has to save Lexi from a double suplex attempt, and then they hit a double natural selection. Well, not at the same time. Well, at the same time on Chelsea and Alba, and they get the win to retain the tag team belts. Big deal. Didn't care. Didn't care for the match at all. Didn't care. But what I did care about was later on. Alright, we're going back with B-Fab, trying to get the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford in their home, well, not their hometown, the home state of Ohio, because they're from, I think, Cincinnati. Anyway, well, one of them is, I think, from Cleveland or something like that. Anyway, trying to get the Profits on the same page, because, Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six are trying to play mind games with them and break them up. But then Mia Yim comes in and says, yeah, you need to come with me. We got a tag match next week with Julia and the lovely Kiana James to talk about. So she leaves, and then the Profits start talking about wanting to get the tag team titles back, and then everything seems to be okay. They're still on the same page. And then Montez goes to leave, and then we see Bo Dallas, who just looks exactly like Bray. I mean, it's like a splitting image of him and Bray. It's just insane. By the way, Bray, follow the buzzards. Okay. So he comes in and talks to Angelo Dawkins about, it's like, oh, you really should leave your partner, stuff like that. So he's still playing mind games, and then Montez Ford comes in to cut Bo Dallas off, and he kind of threatens him, and then Eric Rowan comes in with that big fake mallet of his, boom, and knocks the Profits out. So we got that. I guess we're going to get a rematch with the Wyatts and the Profits again. Ugh. We got that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we see R-Truth, or Ron Killings, in a neck brace, because of what happened with him and Beastie last week. Explains how to order the ESPN app to Los Lobos, the former Triple A Tag Team Champions, Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. Los Lobos kick your face. Los Lobos kick your teeth. Los Lobos kick your balls into outer space. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, we move on. Alright, then B&B Security and Paul Heyman get in the ring. Then Paul tries to, do his promo, talking about the Usos, but then he gets, he says that Fraxium kind of reminds him of the Usos. So then Fraxium comes from behind and, pretty much jumps him from behind, takes him out, and then we have an impromptu match. Why not? Because Nick Aldis saying, oh, I'm telling you on, player. We got a tag team match, and you don't like it, you're going to go one-on-one with The Undertaker. The GOAT of all GOATs of the modern era. But we move on. Alright, so we get to B&B Security taking on Fraxium. What it was, a 4-minute joke. But hey, Fraxium held her own, but Ben Frazier goes up top. Go for a Phoenix Splash. Nothing in the pool for you, sir. And then Bronson hits Jagged Edge. Great R&B band, by the way. Back in the day. I mean, I remember when they did the, I think it was the wedding of Teddy Long and somebody. I forget who it was, and Jagged Edge was there. I forget who he fake married. We don't know. Wrestling marriages never work out. There's only been a few that actually did work out. That's Bertha Faye and Uncle Elmer from way back in the day, and Dexter and Indy, which sadly it worked out, but then Dexter got released, but back, and Indy got released unceremoniously, which was stupid. But now Indy's doing very well for herself. Got a title shot coming up against I think it's Ash or Masha, because Masha gets another title shot at Victory Road this Friday night against Dana Brooke, or Ash by Alliance. That's for the TNA Knockouts title. So it's probably going to be Dana Brooks. I don't think Masha's going to regain the belt for like the second, third, fourth time. I forget how many times. But probably going to be Indy Hartwell going after Ash by Elegance for the Knockouts title. I would love for Indy to win, but probably not. Probably not. But we do know one title will change at Bound for Glory. Hopefully. That's going to be Mike Santana finally beating Trick Willie. And I think Trick Willie will probably go to the main roster. Probably by the Royal Rumble. He might be a secret entrance. Who knows? Maybe Oba too, but we'll see. Alright. So, B&B Security win the match after Axiom A-Kid goes up after Bronson Reed. I don't know what the hell he was trying to do. I think a Super Spanish Fly on a big man. That ain't gonna happen, probably. But anyway. Reed shows him off, right into a super spear by Braun Breaker, killing Ben Frazier. And then Bronson Reed comes up the top with the Tsunami! On Ben Frazier. So the A-Kid got the super spear. Ow. So, bye to you. And then Tsunami to Ben Frazier, killing him. And Fraxim is dead. That's pretty much it. And then after the match, Heyman gets the mic. He takes the mic away from Mark Nash. He's like, I'll handle the announcement. But then the Usos pop up from the arena where the Pacers play. And saying it's going to be a different kind of match tomorrow. Saying, we're going to win tomorrow. And then they finally brought back, welcome to the Usos Penitentiary. I missed that. It's gonna be great to see the Usos reuniting. Even though we gotta worry about Jay a little bit, because, what happened with him and Eli Drake. If he's a heel, he's a tweener, I don't know. But anyway. And by the way, Jay, what was up with the San Diego Padres hat? You want to tell me something about that? I thought you were a Niners fan. I thought you were Jimmy's a big-time Niners fan. Big ups to Jimmy. Roman is a Niners fan. Naomi's a Niners fan. What about you, Jay? Something you don't want to tell us? You want to tell the class? Maybe Jay's not a Niners fan. I don't know. I guess he likes the Padres. Padres about to choke that number 5 seed, it looks like, to the Mets. Ha ha ha. Mets had a big win last night, 12-6. They got a game today at 4. Nolan McLean on the mound today against the Nationals, who, pesky. They are pesky as hell. Like the Marlins. But, look at that. So the Mets did gain a game on Arizona and San Fran, who lost last night. So the magic number goes down to 6 for Arizona. I believe 5 for the Giants, because they own the tiebreaker with the Giants. They do not own the tiebreaker with the Reds, who are 2 back because they beat the Cubs yesterday. Fuck, Cubs, man. Cubs got nothing to play for, but, I mean, can you help the Mets out a little bit? Thank you, Philly, but, you know. Well, let's see what happens today. 7 games left, ladies and gentlemen, after today. So, getting down to the nitty-gritty, but the Mets' magic number, as of right now, is 8. No, 7, I'm sorry. It's 7. So they have to pretty much win out and hope that the Reds and... pretty much the Reds and Arizona to falter, which I think Arizona will because they face San Diego, and I think the Dodgers to end the season, so... I mean, Arizona is, still there. Same thing for the Giants. But the Dodgers already clinched. They clinched a playoff spot. They didn't clinch the division yet. And pretty much everybody clinched the the Phillies clinched the NL East. That was obvious. Even though the Mets should have won that, they just choked it in the second half, like they always do. But I digress. Milwaukee's in the playoffs. The Cubs are in the playoffs. I think Milwaukee's about to clinch the NL Central again, like they did last year. But, actually, they didn't last year. Oh, wait, did they? No, because I know they faced the Mets in the wild card, so I forgot who won the division last year for the NL Central. I think it was the Cubs. I forget. But in any case, we got that. So, getting down to the nitty-gritty with the playoffs, as next weekend will be the final weekend of actual regular season baseball, and then next Tuesday, the 30th, begins the wild card round. That's going to be on CBS. That's going to really mess up Dynamite a little bit. Not too much, but, October comes, Dynamite's going to be on Tuesdays with NXT, killing it. Sucks to be you, Tony Khan, but, it is what it is. So we'll see what happens with that. The Mets are hopefully going to get in. Yankees are pretty much about to get in. Because they have I think they have a big lead on the first wild card. They're up by a couple games in the wild card for the second. Well, all right. They have a 2-game lead on the first wild card as Boston and Houston are tied for the 5th seed. I don't know who wins that tiebreaker. Cleveland is 1.5 back, and Texas pretty much has to win out and hope everybody else loses, but I think the Yankees will get in. They got 86 wins, so they're probably going to get about 90. Mets have 80, so I think they're going to get about 85, maybe 86, who knows. But they have a 2-game lead over Cincinnati, 3 over Arizona, 4 over the Giants, and St. Louis is 5 back, and Miami's 6, so a little dicey for the final weekend, the final 7 games of the season. Well, after today, it'll be 7, of course. So, but we got that. Most of the games are tonight. So, Mets got a 4 o'clock game, and then everything else is tonight. Just checking this 1 second. Yeah, everything is tonight. So, we'll see by the end of tonight if the Mets magic number goes down to 6 on the 5 on the Reds, and then pretty much they'll be clinching by next week if Arizona and San Fran go bye-bye, which I think they will. But you never know. Mets gotta just keep winning, 1 game at a time. And like I said before, if they take 2 or 3 from the Nationals, the Cubs, and the Marlins, who are gonna kill the Mets, I know it. I just have a feeling. Mets get in, but I think they have to win at least the next 6 out of the next 8 games, including today. They have to win at least between 5 and 6 of them. So, big games coming up in the next week or so. Let me move on. Alright, but let's go Mets. Later today at 4 o'clock on SNY. Not on picks until next Friday. Next Friday is the last game on Channel 11 for the Mets. Until next year, so I got that. Alright, moving on. Alright, so great to see the Usos doing the Welcome to the Usos Penitentiary. We got that. Alright, then we see a bunch of WWE stars like Seth Rollins, Triple H, The Game. Basically on ESPN programming this week to hype the ESPN app and Paloooza. So we got that. Big deal. Alright, then we got Naya. Woo! Jax, she comes out, insults Toledo. Why not? Talks about how the division is getting, the women's division is getting on her nerves. Well, they're getting on, the women's division is pretty much sick of you. Anyway, and it says, reality is she is the alpha of the division, mocks Tiffy Stratton's catchphrase. It's Tiffy time! Daddy! What? That big bitch fucking... She mocked my catchphrase! But I got a match with her next week and that Storm chick! She pissed me off, Daddy! Well, Sunshine, you just calm down. Go to the mall. Here's my credit card. Get out of here. Bye, Daddy! Moving on. Alright, so she mocks Tiffy's, Tiffy time thing. Well, that was kind of funny, actually, but, it is what it is. Then she makes fun of Jade, says, you look incredible until the bell rings. Ooh. Was that a shoot? I think. Was people saying that Jade looks good, but is horrible in the ring. I beg to differ with that, as she was, like, the TBS champion for so long. 60-0 until Chris Statlander comes in. Oh, God. Of all people to lose to Statlander, but I mean, nothing wrong with Chris Cake-ass Statlander, but... because she got a nice ace. But I digress. So Nia says, I am the alpha, and then, it's Tiffy time! She comes out looking great in red. Oh! And red's my favorite color, by the way. You know why. Blood. Among other things that red is known for. And I like black and blue, too. Not, well, I'm playing with blue now, but... blue because of the sky and nothing really about blue. I just love blue, like dark blue, not like blue dark, like this blue. Cobalt blue, navy blue. And then black for obvious reasons, because it's dark and mysterious and scary. Not because black and blue, I get black and blues, My dick gets black and blue from pounding roses. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's enough stuff for that time. We move on. Alright, so Tiffy comes out, says, I'm sick of you running your mouth, and I don't think Jade is a superhero. But then Jade comes out, and just like, get out of my way, Tiffy Tiff, goes right to the ring after Nia, my whole jacks, but then security stops everybody. This fake-ass fuck Walgreens security actually did something for once. Anyway, then Nick Aldis comes in and says, hey, everybody calm down, we got a triple threat title match next week. Which I already talked about the day before that they took the match off Paloooza because it got leaked. So like, oh, we're going to take them off the pay-per-view, we're going to put it on Smackdown next week. Oh, joy. So, we'll see if Tiffy's title reign continues, or Nia wins the belt again, I hope not, or Jade finally wins a second major title, because she won the women's tag team titles with Naomi, and we all know what happened with that. Actually, she didn't. No, Bianca won it with Jade, and then Naomi took Jade's place. And then Jade came back and beat the fuck out of Naomi, but we know what happened there. Naomi became a psycho bitch, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that, because she had a great run as champ until Jimmy knocked her up. Oh, man. Jimmy, next time your hot wife has a great run as champ, keep it in your pants. Okay? Next time, pull out a 2. Not 2.5, not 2.9999995. You just get it out before, 2. Don't get an extra, thrust in, and then you're like, oh, shit. It's 1, 2, No, it's 1, 2, get out. But maybe they planned it, I don't know. Nothing wrong with that. I'm happy Naomi's gonna have another beautiful baby coming up soon, and I don't know if I know I think she had kids with another guy, or Jimmy had kids with another woman. I forget. But, you know, another member of the bloodline coming around down the pipe. You know what I mean? There's so many Samoans to go around. Nothing wrong with that, but I love Samoa. I love Samoan people. Shaka shaka! Superfly! No. Moving on. Alright, so then we get our fool talking to the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, and Ray Phoenix about the ESPN app, how to figure that out. Then they leave. Then he puts his iPhone, or his phone, in the toaster. Thinking it's like a Hot Pocket or something like that? What the fuck? I'm gonna heat it up. Arr. What's wrong with you, Ron? I thought it was actually a funny little bit, but, you know, it was corny, but funny at the same time. Moving on. Alright. Alright, after that, we're gonna look back at Beastie destroying Corey Graves. We got that. Alright, then we go to the match of the night. For the United States title open challenge, we have Sami Lame taking on him, Carmelo Hayes, with Miz going completely berserk on commentary. Very enthusiastic. I was ready to say Miz is going to cost Carmelo Hayes the title. And then there was that rumor that I talked about that Shinsuke Nakamura was sighted in Ohio, but we didn't see him on the show. I didn't see any, like, I was like looking at the segments in the back, like looking for him. Well, he was going to come out and attack Sami after the match, just to hype his return, but obviously not. But anyway, great match, 15-minute match. Back and forth they went, lots of near falls. But we get near the end. Carmelo hits the first 48 for a near fall. Then the suplex, Gilmore Cutter. Stop stealing my move. Drops Sami. And then, Sami gets right back up with a kick to face after, Melo tries for the nothing but net and rolled through. Sami gets right back up with a kick to face. Then he picks up Melo, hits the Blue Thunder Bomb, which we all know he only won twice with. Once against Jey Uso, I believe. I forgot the other one he won. I think it was Jay and Jimmy who won with the Blue Thunder Bomb. I forget, but he wins again! What? With the Blue Thunder Bomb, pins Melo. Everybody's like, what? We were pissed. We were pissed, like he won with that. Well, the third time he's won with the Blue Thunder Bomb. When he gets through in the retain, I didn't like it. I mean, the match was great. I was hoping that Melo would win pretty much his first major title on the main roster, but no. We move on. Alright, then Nick Aldis is in the back with Kit Wilson of the Yes Boys. Elton Prince, Elton Strong's injured again. I forget what he injured this time. I think his shoulder or his leg or something. Anyway, so they're there talking, and then Bobby Priest comes in and says, I want Mr. Black, and I want him right now. So Kit Wilson's like, hey, you are toxic masculinity, accusing him of that. And then Poppy's like, son of a bitch. Throws him to a fake wall. And now he says, you better make the match. I'm gonna show the entire SmackDown roster what the Punisher means. I was like, ooh, is he going back to Punishment Martinez? Poppy, is there something you want to tell us? I loved him as Punishment Martinez back in Ring of Honor. Former TV champ, I believe. Man from Hell's Kitchen in New York. I know a couple people that live there too. Great band, by the way. Moving on. Alright, then we got Cody! NBK Cody explaining how to watch Paloooza. Too much advertising, too much. Alright, then we get the second half of the Brock Cena retrospect, which showed, Lesnar become the UFC heavyweight champion, turned into a beast, per se, then returning to WWE in 2012 at that epic Raw, where he just beat the fuck out of Cena. And then, they had that squash match at SummerSlam 2014, which the first F5 was, ooh. I think that was the match. I think that was the match that like Cena got hit with like 35 German suplexes. I mean, he like killed him. I'm like shit. And then we go Michael Cole is like about to cry, like, oh, John is gonna get his ass kicked. I don't think so. I think Cena's gonna beat Beastie. How? I don't know. He was gonna stop for Cena's strength. As we all know. We move on. Alright, then we get the Paloooza rundown. And then before we get the contract signing, we have Solo Mibuki talking about how Tonga Loa has been part of the team since the beginning of the MFTs, or since the Bloodline, well, his version of the Bloodline. And, he says, I let you down by not making you a champion. Tora confirms, I love you, Solo! And that's basically it. Wait a minute, where's JC Mateo at? We know Tama Tonga is injured with that hand injury that still hasn't got better. That's pretty much it. So, I don't know what's going on with the MFTs at this... And Coolio wasn't there either. I was like, where the hell did he go? Maybe they had the night off or something like that. I don't know. But people are saying that the MFTs disbanded. I don't know. So maybe, like, I think every week we're going to get something like Solo's going to come out next week. It's like, you know, he's going to have Tonga Loa there. I almost said Tonga Leon. That's somebody different. And then this Friday night, maybe JC Mateo or Coolio come. Well, I think JC Mateo will be next because like I brought you in, this and that, and then Coolio will come in the week after that, and it's like, and then it goes like, I love you, Solo. Then that's just the MFTs are back, and then hopefully, Tama Tonga comes back from his injury, and then maybe go after the Girls of Destiny, kind of reunite again. Go after the Wyatt Six if they still have the belts by then. Go after them, become tag team champions by themselves, not Jacob and Tama Tonga. Which I thought was, was good, but it sucks that Tonga Loa got hurt. I think it was his eye, or I forgot how he got injured when they won the tag team titles. Not him and well, not the Girls of Destiny. I'm talking about Jacob and Tama won the belts. But I forgot how Tonga Loa got injured. I think it was his eye. I think by Kevin Owens or something like that. Whatever. Anyway, move on. So, we'll see what happens with the MFTs, and that's it. Then we get to the contract signing between Drew and Cody. Before they sign, Cody brings up their time as tag team champions, which nobody remembered. I didn't remember it. Then basically he calls Drew a keyboard warrior, and the fans like, ooh, he brought that up! Because of the whole thing where like Drew says, I want a piece of your ass! That's a little bit suspect they Drew, but anyway. So he's like, so Cody's like, pull out your phone, Cody, go on your social media, go on your Twitter machine, and try to one-up me again. So, on cue, he takes out his phone, goes on the Twitter, and he puts, thank you, Cody, in a tweet. I was laughing my ass off. And then Drew talks about how Cody is a company man, that dark tie guy, but he's been in Cody's spot before. He's like, well, what happens when you lose the belt, Cody? You're going to be sitting where I'm sitting right now, talking about how things used to be. The fans are going to revolt. Like, you're going to, you're just going to be, another guy, and then the fans are going to, you're just going to be another flavor of the month that the fans are going to cheer for, blah, 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 blah. And then they brawl after both of them sign, and then Drew hits the classical kiss, headbutt, knocks Cody for a loop. Then Papucho teased the Claymore through the announcer's table, on the bottom of the announcer's table again, but stopped and said that, well, that would just cost me the match tomorrow, but I want you at 100%. So it's obvious. So I was like, okay, good. So then he goes to leave. Cody gets back up, Gets in the ring as Nick Aldis tries to, like, I don't know what he was doing with Drew. He's, like, trying to calm him down, or I don't know what he was doing. And then Cody hits a suicide dive to the outside, and then they start brawling. Agents come out, like Jason Jordan and, you know, Petey Williams and company come out. That didn't work. And then Drew breaks away from security and all that shit, hits the Claymore to end the show. And that's it. So you know what that means. Cody's probably going to win tonight. Because usually when the heel beats up the champion the day or days before the pay-per-view, usually the champion retains. Not always, but most of the time. But I think Cody's going to retain. It's obvious, but I'm picking Drew anyway. But we got that. Alright, pretty decent segment for a pretty meh. Wasn't a bad SmackDown. But I'm going to give SmackDown 7 out of 10 stars. Like, not right down the middle of that, but par for the course. 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of SmackDown in the comment section below. And that's it. Alright guys, I'm going to go right into my next video of the day, my Paloooza predictions, and then that'll go right into, it's like 2:50 right now, so the pay-per-view is about to, the main card is about to start now. So I already did my AEW All Out predictions on episode 85 of the Shadow Slayer, so check that out on the Shadow Slayer, link down below, link to the channel down below. So episode 86 will be coming away pretty soon. So this video and my Paloooza video will be pretty much up during All Out. So we got that. Alright guys, I am out of here. Thanks for watching, and until next time. If you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it. Until next time. Peace.